Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome to this interview section. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Randi Noor. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Randi. I'm fine. What about you?
I'm fine. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for asking. I hope I didn't make you waiting for too long, yeah.
Oh no, sir. It's okay.
Well, Alifia, I was looking through your CV, and I got to say your experience is very interesting. I'd love to hear more about it today.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually, I also been waiting for this opportunity to meet you and tell you more about myself.
All right, excellent. Let's dive in, shall we? Well, tell me first about yourself.
Okay, thank you for the question, sir. First of all, let me introduce myself once again. My name is Alifia Syalsabila. My friend usually call me Alivia, and I am a fresh graduate of Bandung Polytechnic State. I studied software engineer. I decided to take this major because I know there is a bright future in this field. And the more I study various technologies that exist in the world of software engineering, from the web, Android to machine learning, I learned that there is so much contribution that I can give to the environment with the basic knowledge that I have while studying in this field. Especially with my internship experience as a web developer while in school, I learned that the basic technologies, the basic knowledge that I have can be a strong foundation for exploring various technology that continue to develop rapidly, and it can make it easier for me to adapt to a stressful situation. I saw a job opportunity in your company to be an enterprise engineer, and after doing my research, I saw that this is one of the best companies in the country. I feel my experience and work ethic will make me a valuable contributor here.
Well, great. And do you prefer to work independently or with a team?
As a software engineer student, actually, I've got used to working on team, like because as a software engineer, as a person that work in software engineer, we work on team. We build, we develop application and we build project together with the team because we cannot work alone in this field. So working on team is a very good thing that we have to do as a software engineer.
Okay. And how do you handle stress and pressure?
How do I handle stress and pressure? For me, planning is a crucial thing for handling stress and pressure because when you get a plan, you actually know you are on the right path. And but when the stress start to arise, communication helped me a lot. Like having a conversation with the colleges about the project, it actually could motivate myself to get myself together and get back to the routine. So it will release my stress by talking to my friends and my college, like sharing our problems, and sometimes by the discussion we can make a solution. Like my problem, I could solve my problem while I talk with the colleges.
Ah, I see. And what do you expect from a supervisor?
What I expect from the supervisor, actually, I expect someone who I can look up to as a mentor, like the person who is assertive but also appreciative and always giving good energy for the surrounding. Because for me, good energy while working is very important.
Well, Alfia, uh, and did you involve in extracurricular activities?
For extracurricular activities, I do involve in quite a lot of extracurricular activities because I was one of the member of
Mm.
junior staff at BEM Kemapolban. I work with them in a lot of social projects, especially one of my biggest project is called KKN Polban. The mission of the project is to help people in the village and the village to grow. At the event, I handle the education event at the project as the PIC. I also organize the activities and communicate with the principal, the teacher, and student. Also, the volunteer that involved on the event.
Okay, and what did you learn from the student organization?
What did I learn from the student organization? I actually learned so many things from the student organization because especially soft skill because I began to be more confident and feel with a lot of work I've done as a volunteer and also my work in organization it makes me feel that I have I it makes me feel like I have value in myself and because I could help people I also have experiencing a lot of things other than the subject at the school. So it actually really there's a lot of things I learned, especially soft skill.
Well, that's good for you. And by the way, what interests you about this job?
What interests me about this job? I interest of this job because instead of making system for client, this job is making me uh, making system for the customer. The customer is the internal staff of the company, and I really want to know how to build a good human resource through system like this. So it makes me interest like because my customer here is not a client out from outside, but it is from the company. So I think this is could be a very good way to also know how the system work and how the company handle their human resource especially.
Okay, and why do you want to work here?
Why do I want to work at Ruang Guru is because uh, as what I mentioned previously, as someone who is active and passionately do social project, I truly believe that being part of Ruang Guru can be a way to be able to communicate to society, to contribute to society because what I know about Ruang Guru is that this company actually helps students by designing and developing services that deliver impact every day by providing access to the learning experience and motivating students to fulfill their dreams. Ruang Guru is also help teacher out there teacher to broaden their career to teaching in the platform. So uh, it is in the same path as what I want in for my future.
Nice. And what are your goals for the next 5 years?
For the next 5 years, actually, I really want to be a socialpreneur. So I want to start my own startup. And for me, being part of Ruang Guru is one of my way uh, to make my dreams happen. Because uh, if I want to make my dreams happen, I have to know what step I should take. And Ruang Guru, I think it could be one of the way.
Okay, and how do you plan to achieve those goals?
As I mentioned before, sir, by being part of Ruang Guru, uh, I believe that I will meet a lot of great people here in Ruang Guru and I could build network here and also I could learn the system in Ruang Guru.
Okay, well, thank you for your information. Uh, and please wait for the next 2 weeks, and I will send this information by email. Thank you for joining us today.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Randy. Thank you for the opportunity, and I really hope I could be part of Ruang Guru. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, now I will close this interview section. Thank you again for your joining. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me
Waalaikumsalam
introduce
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Let me introduce myself first. My name is Alifia Syalsabila. I am the CTO of Star Carlo, and I am your interviewer today.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today. Uh, my name is Randi. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Randy. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. And how about you?
Thank you for asking. I'm also fine. So I've read the resume that you sent me, and from that, I could see that you are quite experienced in this field, right? We are looking for a web backend developer. Maybe you have seen our specification on the website that we post the job. So let's just dive in. I want to know about you more. So the first question, can you tell me about yourself, please?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come to this interview section. I'm very happy to be here. Well, uh, let me introduce myself again. My name is Muhammad Randi Noor. I'm 22 years old and I recently graduated from Polytechnic Negeri Bandung with Computer Applied Bachelor in Computer Department. While there, I learned a lot of theory in subjects like object-oriented programming, database, web development, and more. I was also part of the student organization at Himacom at Polytechnic Negeri Bandung. I've worked hard in my education and now I'm ready to apply my knowledge into practice. And I once had an experience in internship program for 4 months at PT Neuronworks Indonesia doing development of web application. And now I'm looking to leverage everything I've learned at Polban and get some hands-on work experience.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So the next question is, I want to know what you are passionate about.
Uh, my biggest passion is learning about software and technology. I was fascinated with computers from a young age, so I decided to study computer science uh, in college, and I've continued in that direction since graduating. It's been a great choice of me. As web backend developer, I get to shape how the internet is progressing and how websites are evolving, and that is exciting to me.
Okay, well that's great if you are excited about web developing because we're here to hire a web backend developer. So my next question is, when you work on something, you know that the company, like especially software engineer company, we have a lot of pressure here. We have our constraint is time, one of our constraint. So that pressure could make someone feel stress. And I want to know, how do you handle stress and pressure?
Well, how do I handle stress and pressure? I think stress can be a tremendous motivator for me. Likewise, healthy pressure can also help me produce efficient and quality work. This will help me get an idea of what my colleagues need from me and when. I have an experience in dealing with stressful situations that allow me and my team to work together. In fact, I've seen some of our best work come from pressure.
That's great. So next question is I want to know. I've seen in your CV that you already have a work experience, I mean internship experience as a fresh graduate. So I want to know what did you like or dislike about your previous job?
So, what I did like or dislike about my previous job, well, I enjoyed the people I worked with. It was a friendly and fun atmosphere. And actually, I enjoyed going to work each morning. I felt that the leadership team was great too. They knew all of their employees on their first name, and they tried to make those personal connections. I also enjoyed the fact that the office tried to do community outreach with local organizations.
Yeah, I agree with you that good environment can could also be a very important factors that could make us feel comfortable at work. So I want to know what do you beside from the environment? I want to know what do you expect from a supervisor.
Uh, what I do expect from supervisor is an open and honest communication between the two of us. In my opinion, it is important that our superiors share their feedback on our work with us, telling us what we should do better. At the same time, however, they should be respective to the feedback from their subordinates because we see things from a different perspective and may sometimes notice something they fail to spot. I believe that when feedback flows freely in all directions in a company or in a team, we will achieve the best productivity.
Okay, so now I want to know why you chose this degree in the college, and or could you tell me a bit more about what you learned at at the university?
Okay. Well, I was a student of computer department at Polytechnic Negeri Bandung for 4 years, and while there, I studied about computer, especially software engineering and web development, of course, because I love everything related to technologies and computers since I was a kid. Uh, Fortunately, God has given me an opportunity to study at Polytechnic Negeri Bandung. And the other thing that I learned at Polytechnic Negeri Bandung, as I mentioned before, I learned about object-oriented programming, database, web development, uh, machine learning, and more about it.
Okay, so apart from being student at class, I've seen in your CV that you have a quite great experience in the organization. tell me a bit more about the student organization and what interests you and what's the responsibility you take while you are joining the student organization?
Well, indeed, I once had an experience in student organization, and I once was a leader at a division at that student organization called Himakom. And what I did learn from student organization called Himakom at Polytechnic Negeri Bandung are time management, leadership, of course, teamwork, and also I did learn that I always have to be initiative everywhere and anywhere, especially during studying with friends and working with other colleagues at company.
Okay. Now I want to know about why do you want to work here and what interests you about this job?
Well, uh, the reason why I want to work at PT Star Carlo is I have used your software, your application for many years, and I am consistently impressed by the innovation and the developments made in the space. I also appreciate your dedication to education, providing your customers with free demos and to learn how to use your products effectively. And I would love to be a part of this innovative team and use my skills to continue the groundbreaking work what you are doing here. And what interests me about this job is I am interested in this because I have a range of technical skills and can quickly grasp with new technologies. I have already undertaken a period of study to develop my understanding about full stack development. Full stack development is a combination of back end development and front end development, and I am looking forward to developing my knowledge in new areas and techniques. I'm also interested in the problem solving element of the role and have developed these skills both in my academic studies and work experience.
Okay, so I think this will be the last question. And the last question is, what are your goals for the next 5 years, and how do you plan to achieve it?
Well, uh, what my goals for the next 5 years are, uh, I really want to accomplish both mine and the company's goal. And I believe that PT Star Carlo will allow me to do so because I will grow within this position. 5 years down the track, I see that I will grow into a manager in which I will be able to make use of my skills and experience to support and help others. And how I do plan to achieve those goals is I plan on gaining additional skills by taking related classes and continuing my involvement with a variety of professional associations. I noticed that your company provides in-house training for employees, and I would certainly be interested in taking relevant classes.
Okay, I think that's all the question for today's interview. Uh, I have so much pleasure interviewing you, Mr. Randi, and please wait for 2 weeks, and the HR team of Star Carlo will send you the result through the email. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to meet you again.
I hope we can meet in the future too. Thank you so much once again. So let me close this interview. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.